can learn French. Learn French. Canada, Canada, I would say that the UK was a blessing to us. After we got married, we updated our profile. If not for permanent residency, like I'll just stay back. Hi, so welcome back again. Now this is the concluding part of my PR journey into Canada. I am a permanent resident of Canada, so yeah, I'm a Nigerian YouTuber in Canada, Ontario. Yeah. Anyways, so this is the concluding part of that video. If you haven't seen the very first part, I'll link it in the description box or somewhere in the corner of this video. Just click on that to watch the very first part of this video so you can understand the entire process, you know, how it all began. But this is the concluding part, and without further ado, let us continue the video. Like I said, we upped and we left for the UK, and you know, I would say that the UK was a blessing to us. We didn't have, you know, I to the glory of God, I read like lots of things that people experience in the UK, but to the glory of God, we didn't have any such experiences. Like UK was really fun and home for us. Scotland, to be precise, Glasgow, like I love it. I love it so much. And if not for permanent residency, like I'll just stay back. So we were enjoying our stay there. You know, I got a job in my field, my husband was enjoying his school, everything was going to the glory of God as it should, right? And we still kept waiting and hoping for Canada to come through. Before we left Nigeria though, like I said, we were very hopeful. So at the time we did upfront medicals, although then you were going to be asked after you have submitted your profile, they will tell you when to go for your medicals. But some people were proactive enough to just start doing medicals upfront since it has 1 year validity. And we also thought that okay, our score was very good. After we got married, we updated our profile and our score was 484 thereabouts. So we're like, oh, this is a very good score. Yeah, my husband had a sibling in the UK, in Canada, sorry, so it was very good for us. And we're like, we updated our profile and we're very hopeful that at this time, you know, whenever there was a draw, we will get in. We didn't know that people was going crazy at the time, but yeah, so we did our medicals up front. Medicals in Nigeria at the time was 40,000 per person, so two of us was 80,000. We did that IOM, was it IOM or Q Life? I can't even remember. We just did that one of them, and we had our medicals done already. So we waited and waited. 2022, I think they started draw again, but the scores were high, like 500 and something. Like it was crazy, and we had even lost hope. Like I don't even think this thing will go again. Then my IELTS expired. I rewrote it. IELTS in Nigeria at the time I wrote it was, I think, 70 something thousand or 80k, but it was 80,000 when I wrote it. It was 80,000 in Nigeria when I wrote it. That's 2020. So when I was writing it again in Glasgow, it was £200. So I paid £200 and I wrote it. You could write in Edinburgh, there were lots of centers, but I just picked Glasgow. I went again, I wrote it, and to the glory of God again, I passed in one sitting. Yeah. Then my husband too wrote his own IELTS, but he didn't max out the point. Like I said, you know, the scores were already crazy, so we're really looking at how everybody can just max out as much as possible. Yeah, so we're like, okay, we wanted to position so that when he finishes his masters, he can be the main applicant, and then we can just, maybe our score will be better. But he didn't max out on his IELTS, and we're just looking at, okay, once masters is done, he would write again. But then we wrote our IELTS, we're in the pool waiting patiently for another draw, and March 29 March 29, 2023, like we had even lost hope. We were even sleeping because prior to now we had like apps that we used to monitor draws. Hey, they do draw today, oh, the score, how many they pick, this one, that one, this, and we're even looking at, okay, is there a way to modify our NOC? Maybe would, because now they had like lots of category based draws. You will see French based, you will see trader based, they want agriculture. So we're really looking like, is there anything we can do to like increase our chances? Now this is another thing you should know. Don't just sit or rest on your oars in the pool like, okay, I've done the basics. No, if you can learn French, learn French. If you like, if you can, maybe your job description, you know, you work on like lots of things, and you are more like a relationship manager, you add sales to it, you add investment management to it and all that. You can just want to really look at the NOC that is hot, maybe a particular province or something, because some provinces go into the pool to actually like, you know, select candidates. So you want to like ensure that you are picking the NOC that is going to be to the best of your advantage, that you have experience in, not that you come and lie, but the one you have experience in, right? So we were really like looking, is there any way to like increase our chances and all that. So we're waiting, like once my husband finishes his own masters as well, we will just like retake the IELTS so that we can max out however possible. In fact, at the time I was already looking at it, maybe I will take French, but French classes in the UK. Anyways, March 29th, while we were sleeping in the evening after the day's work, you know, we just got a call, ring. It was my sister-in-law. Hello, congratulations, guys. Congratulations on what happened? You are checking it. You not see that the draw is this one. Are you joking? You have got to be kidding us. Oh Lord, that day was, no, it was wonderful. like we got our IELTS. And to think that the reason why we're not even expecting at all was the week before they did a draw 7,000. The week before that week they did a draw 7,000 as well. So it was more like they've done draws back to back. Yeah, normally they don't even do draws back to back. They've done back to back. They picked 7,000 back to back. There's no way it's even going to happen. But when God says yes, who can say no? Who them born? Hey, that was just how we got our ITA. Like, it was so surreal, you know. It was like, yeah, we got our ITA, and then, you know, we needed to provide the document, and we had 60 days to do that. Prior to now, it used to be 90 days to provide your document, but now it was 60 days and we needed to provide documents. So the documents you need to provide: your reference letter from your workplace, your credential evaluation with whatever body you use, that's works for me, your language test, IELTS for us, no, works for us as well, IELTS for us, your police character certificate, so for any country you spent more than a year. So that was Nigeria and Scotland for us, yeah, Nigeria and the UK. So you provide that. You provide your proof of fund. So proof of fund here, right, has to be like depending on your number of family. So if you're a single person, that's family of one, just you. If you are, you know, you are married and both of you are coming together, that's two people, that's family of two. So you needed to provide a proof of fund. Now for the police character, I think in UK at the time was like $120 for the police character certificate. In Nigeria was like 100k for both of us. So that was it. Medicals, yeah, you needed to do medicals. So I hear that now they've reverted to IRCC being the one to tell you when to go for your medicals. So, but at the time in 2023, when we got our ITA, you were to do upfront medicals, and medicals was about 310 pounds per person for your medicals. Then last year, 2023, of course, so 310 pounds for medical. Your reference letter, of course, it has to like state your you know, your work hours, were you full-time, were you part-time, your job description, of course, which needs to match your NOC, like I said earlier, your pay as well. And some people even go ahead like had their pay slips. I didn't have my own pay slip, I just put my pay. It was there on the reference letter. So but some people still go ahead and add their pay slips. Then for proof of fund, we used gift deed, because at the time we didn't have the money, the amounts we needed sitting in our account consistently. So my brother-in-law just did a gift deed for us, like, okay, this is the balance of their money, I'm giving it to them, it's available to them to use for their relocation and all that. And all we did was we got a notary public. So the lawyer, he put a video call through, because the lawyer was in London, was in Scotland. My brother-in-law was in London, or is in London. So the lawyer put a video call through to say, okay, he read the letter to him, showed that, okay, I'm not under duress, somebody is pointing a gun at me, I'm giving this money willingly. And then he signed it, sent it down to us in Scotland. We signed our own bits, and then the notary did his own stamping and sealing and all that. The only tweak we did in our own letter, in the gift deed letter, was there was a section where my husband as well, because the money, both the one we had and the money my brother-in-law was sending, everything was in my husband's account, but I was the primary applicant. So my husband had this section in that letter to say that the entirety of the money, both the gift deed and everything put together, this is the amount we needed, and this every amount, or this money in our account that we are using for this immigration, is solely available to the primary applicant for immigration purposes and all. And he signed that bit. Now that saved us from getting an ADR, I think is an additional data request or additional information request. You can, so if while they are reviewing your profile, if something is unclear and they need additional information, they will send you an ADR. Right, so that section just saved us, because lots of people that have had issues with their proof of fund, maybe it wasn't with the primary in the primary applicant's account, maybe the money just came in out of nowhere, all this kind of thing, they can request like for details. So we already had all that bits covered, and given that I was notarized, we didn't have any issues with our proof of fund. So that was what we used for proof of fund. Mind you, when you get your ITA and you have to submit your documents on your online profile, you will see a placeholder, like everything you need to provide, they have their own section. So proof of fund, this is where you need to attach it. Proof of sibling in Canada, this is where you need to attach it. Proof of language, this is where you need to attach it. So there are placeholders, so you don't have to worry about that. And if there's anything at all that might bring question, that you just feel like, if I was, like if I was, the officer reviewing your documents and I see this thing, will I understand? If you feel like there is something that they will not understand, have a letter of explanation. Just put it. If somewhere it just says that your job is 9 to 5, he did not say if it's full time, put it there. Or you now have another document, maybe when they promoted you, they put it in your promotion letter that it is full time. Attach that promotion letter, they now explain it that, okay, I have attached a promotion letter in other documents. This promotion letter is to explain that my employment letter, reference letter did not show that it's full time, but with this promotion letter it says full time on page 2, section 2, subsection ABC. Just put it there so that the person reviewing your document can see clearly, black and white, with your letter of explanation, everything, that okay, there's no explanation, there's nothing that I want that I don't have yet. Everything should be to detail. And also another thing you want to notice while you're filling your AOR, or while you're after your ITA and you're trying to submit your documents, you will need to provide like 10 years history, 10 years from the time you're filling, or from the time you get your ITA. So you also want to ensure that you have all that covered. There is no year gap, there is no story that is not adding up in your, have all that covered. You finish school, the school you went from 2014 to 2015, have it there. Not that here is showing that you finished school, but your documents is showing that you finished school 2008. Those are the issues, right? So have all that filled. You're also going to be asked for your family details as well. Have all your family details imputed. Now this place, a lot of people, you put only that you have 2 siblings, then later you now want to do visitors visa, you now go and bring somebody and say the person is your brother, but when they now bring your profile, they cannot see any Tunde animal shower inside it, but you say the person is your brother. How now? So this is where you want to put like all the details, so that it also won't impact you when you are trying to like bring anybody, or any in the future it won't even impact you negatively. I'll also do a detailed video on how to like invite someone to Canada, visitors visa or temporary visa into Canada, and you are going to be sure that you're getting an approval. So you really want to subscribe to this channel. You don't want to miss it. Like, you don't want to miss anything on this channel, because I'm going to be giving it to you back to back to back to back to back to back. Okay, so subscribe now. Yeah, thank you. So yeah, you're going to be filling that information, and this was where I also made another mistake. So because my dad is late, and he's been late like for a while, for a long time, right? So when I was filling my family detail, I just like put only my mother and my siblings and all that, like, and I submitted. Everything was fine. In fact, we submitted in less than a month, that we got our AOR. We submitted, I think we submitted like 26th of April. We got AOR 29th of March, and we submitted 26th of April. Everything March was fine. It was all good. 9th of May, I think that was roughly, I would say maybe 12 days later or so, we got our biometrics request. So we're asked like, go do your biometrics and all that, and yeah, we're excited. Only for us to not get an ADR 11th of May. And they were like, okay, they needed details, parent details, so kind of like, so the ADR at the time, I was like, okay, parent detail, or is it family detail? I think it was family detail they requested, right? So we're like, okay, family detail. In the form was still showing space for me to fill, for my partner to fill, then parents 1, parent 2. So we're like, okay, confused. How do we fill? Should we just fill only the missing parents? Should we fill only the 2 parents? Should we how would they attach it to me as well? Like, maybe I need to fill. So we decided like, okay, I will fill, then I'll fill the space for mine that carried my details, and I'll fill my parents, father and mother, right? And I did that. So we responded May 19th actually. So it took time, because I was very much unwell throughout my pregnancy, start to finish. I was unwell, so I was just unwell, right? So but we responded May 19th, and then we got the ADR again May 24th. We got the ADR, say we didn't feel it well, we need to fill it again. So at this time, since we're guessing, then should I add my details before parent detail, or just parent detail? We just took out my details and just sent the parent detail, and that went well. So this is just to say that when you're filling an ADR, it's just the missing information that they need. Like, pay attention to whatever the mail says, basically. So if your mail says only missing the fill for so and so, just fill that and get it out of the way. Don't try to now start refilling the form again, because it's going to be like double information, if you get what I mean. So just fill what is missing and move on. So that was exactly what I did. I just filled what is missing, and then it was accepted. May 15th, our biometrics was approved, right? That was even before the old ADR back and forth and all that. So my biometrics was done, so it was just this ADR pending. So after the ADR, we knew that, okay, since we didn't get any mail saying that, okay, they needed anything, or your profile was updated or something, we just knew that, okay, this was it, right? Everything I checked, we're done, and we're just waiting for our passport request. 2 months and 8 days after we got our passport request, it's called PPR. We got our passport request, and that's just like, everybody calls it the golden mail, because with that, that God should not catch us. God should not catch us. You know that you're done. You're already a permanent resident, right? So like, with that mail, we knew that, pack your bag, girl, you're going to Canada as a permanent resident. Canada, Canada, eh? So like, okay, so we got our passport request, and we're like, yeah. But then the dilemma was like, oh god, starting over. Like, I thought Japan 2.0 was gonna be easy, but I guess I was enjoying the UK a lot, and it was just like, I'll leave my job, I'll leave my team. I was enjoying my job. Like, I wasn't enjoying this job. I was like I said, UK for us was very, very chill, to the glory of God. So it was just like, let's just stay back, or just do soft landing and come back. But then I was expecting, and it is even funny how I didn't know I was pregnant. when I was doing my medicals, it did not show. God is good. God is good. I did pregnancy test before going. When I wanted to do my test as well, like the medicals, they did pregnancy test for me at the time. Nothing negative, and they did my test. Everything was fine. Actually, I was pregnant. Actually, I was actually pregnant. I didn't know. Anyway, to God be the glory. My baby is bouncing on the Lord. And so we just started winding down, like, okay, there was no rush, we submitted our passport. I was just waiting. Whenever it is they sent it, we're good. Then when they send it out, then we'll start winding down at work. Or should we even just maybe take a leave, calm down, see what it is and all that? But then do you want to give birth to your baby in UK when you get citizenship, or come to Canada as a permanent resident? Your baby is a citizen. I don't know. So, but then the whole journey, start to finish, was just, in fact, the journey of patience. Like, it took me 4 years, right? The whole of 2020, the whole of 2021, the whole of 2022, and almost the whole of 2023 before I was able to come to Canada as a permanent resident. So basically what I'm just saying is, everybody's journey is not going to be like mine. Everybody knows that IRCC had a lot of backlogs. COVID also impacted and all that. But also there's this unpredictability that you're in the pool or that you have this score doesn't mean that you get picked. If IRCC decide like they're not picking anybody till December, there's nothing you can do about that. You just have to wait. But also, don't wait till you have everything. Hey, I'm still doing my master's. Let me wait till after my master's before I open my profile. No. Like the example I cited, learn from me, right? Just, you have your BSc now, open it. Have your express entry profile. Let it be sitting down there waiting for you, right? Anything can happen. They can decide, oh, we just want someone with your qualification. And then you get a provincial nomination from the pool. You can get that. They can decide to do category based, only traders or only a stylist, and you're a stylist, you have your profile even though your score wasn't so good yet, and then you will get picked. So have your profile like open ASAP and be very patient. Like, live your life while you're at it. Live your life while you're at it, right? I'm going to be sharing my my trip journey down to Canada from the UK, the cost as well, because I know lots of people share their experiences from Nigeria down to Canada, and we don't really have lots of that experience from UK to Canada. So I'm going to be sharing my story, and specifically as well, when we got our passport request, you can actually use DHL from the VFS to send your documents. The VFS location, we use London. I think that's the only one, not even I think, that's the only VFS location in the UK, the one in London. So we had to go down to London for our biometrics. Then the passport as well, you can use your DHL to come pick up at home and return it, or we used Royal Mail. So we went to the Royal Mail office, the post office. We got the envelope. Like, you get one envelope to send it. You fill the consent form to give it to a third party. Then you buy like a return envelope each. Don't buy just one, buy 2 return envelopes, or depending on your number of family. So if you have a large family, a family of 3, family of 4, buy each return envelope. So 4 return envelope, family of 4, 3 return envelope, family of 3, like that. So you buy return envelope, you put it in, and then you send it to the VFS office, so that way you can be sure that you get it back. Because one mistake we made was we bought one return envelope thinking that we can send it as a family, but that doesn't work that way. So they returned one first, then we had to like look for how to get the second one across as well. So you get different return envelopes. I can do that, and in fact it's way cheaper using Royal Mail than using their DHL. But if you want to do that as well, like, you can do that. But using Royal Mail, particularly in the UK, was very, very, very easy. Like, you have post offices around you, so it's not going to be a challenge. You buy the special stamp, so it's going to be signed for and everything, because it's a special document, and they can send it on time, first class and all that bits. So you have that done. So that was what we we did as well. But for medicals, you can just check where you can do your medicals around. In Scotland, it's just two places, Glasgow and Edinburgh. We used Edinburgh because the date for Glasgow was farther, and even Glasgow was more expensive, but majorly because the date was farther. Like I said, we wanted to like do it like ASAP, so we just used Edinburgh. My workplace is in Edinburgh, or was in Edinburgh, so it was just easier. Or both our workplaces. My husband's workplace was in Edinburgh, mine was in Edinburgh as well, so it was just easy to like pick a train, go to Edinburgh, do the medicals, and straight down to work here. So but I know there are other like centers around where you can do Canada immigration medicals, and it was very fast, straight to the point, no queue, no stress. So just do it and get over and done with. But some people also want to go back to Nigeria to do it, like compare 310 pounds to 40k or 45. I don't know how much they are doing it now, but at the time, like I said, 2020 was 40,000. So it was like the difference is day and night here. But then yeah, that was majorly it. So but in getting out to send our documents, where to do your medicals, there was no information out there as to, most people were doing from Nigeria, or most people that we know, even most people on those groups were more from Nigeria to Canada. So we didn't get like who could like point us in the direction to go. So we had to like figure it out ourselves. But this video is going to help you if you're coming from the UK. You need where to do your medicals, you need how to send your documents and all that bits, where to do your biometrics and all that. Like, this video is out there to help you, so you want to share it with somebody as well that will find it very beneficial. So we've come to the end of this video, and literally in October we decided to come down to Canada as a permanent resident. And it's been an amazing journey all through. I'm going to be sharing my journey with you guys, so that's why you don't want to sleep on this channel at all. You do not want to sleep on this channel. So like, share, subscribe. Until I come your way next time, stay tuned, stay blessed. Bye.